Hello, everybody. Welcome back to On a Roll. I am Zach.
I'm Noah.
I'm Nick.
I'm Rachel.
All right, and for our second episode here, we thought it'd be fun to kind of recap 2016 a little bit. We can go back, talk about some of the highlights and some of the lowest points, most of which of mine are all with Noah.
Clearly.
And then we'll look forward a little bit to 2017. We'll see what comes next. So, okay, I have a question. We all were in the same production class.
We were.
So, I mean, we worked on the same projects, but you two worked on different projects. So what was like your favorite project that you worked on? Either the first production semester or the second one. And then, like, what did you take away from that one?
You can go first.
Okay. I'd definitely say the final project was my favorite just because it was most challenging, because I really challenged myself to get better at writing the script, and I was really happy with how it turned out, and I think it transferred really well from paper to in my film. And I know after some people watched it, they didn't quite get the ending as much as I'd hoped, but like the class seemed to get it, so I wasn't too worried. But like my parents, I had to explain the ending and stuff. But yeah, I would say the writing, and then working with my two friends as actors was super fun. Just getting to like work with them in that kind of like dynamic I've never gotten to do before, so that was fun.
Where'd you get your idea from?
There's like a short film by Dom Farah. I think it's just called The Envelope or Envelope, something like that. But it was kind of inspired by that, just kind of like having an ambiguous ending where you don't really know
I know
what
what you're talking
happened.
about. Yeah.
Yeah.
What has Dom Farah done? Didn't he do like the laser thing?
Laser collection or whatever it's
Where people
called.
just shoot lasers at each other?
Yeah, but he's done a lot of
It's really
really
tour
cool
de
short
force,
films.
actually.
It's like a movie for cats.
Yeah, pretty much.
So what, really quickly, so the people who are watching / listening, what was your final project? Like, what was it about?
It was called One Trick Genie, and it was just kind of about this couple, and they're just getting ready in the morning, and they see a genie bottle, and a genie comes out and starts talking, and it's like, you have been granted one wish. And so they kind of are talking about what they should wish for and how this is like a big opportunity to change their lives, and she doesn't really want to change it, and he does because he like hates his job, and she stays at home because she's a writer, and so it just kind of builds and builds and builds and builds, and then just kind of like cuts off, and you don't really know exactly what happened, but it's implied that their dynamics have kind of switched.
I think one of the strongest points of your video was definitely that build up to, and like the actual argument, like your actors delivered it well and it was written really well. But I was kind of curious, like, so when you're writing it, what was your first draft of your script like versus like the final one? Like, did it actually get changed a lot?
Yeah, it was definitely changed a lot. It definitely, the build-up was a lot smaller in the beginning. And then at first, I think I had it at first them talking about like having a kid or something like that. But then our Professor Gould talked to me about kind of, because in the beginning they talk about their jobs, and so he was like kind of tie that into the build-up. So then I started reworking it and leading it more towards him basing it off of how he hates his job and she stays at home, and he kind of feels like he's like carrying them, and like he doesn't like that. So it's kind of where it
Cool. So that process of like just continuously changing and changing and changing.
I think I had at the end like 5 drafts of the script.
That's impressive.
We had what, 2?
Yeah.
Not a lot.
And they weren't even done.
They don't know they
yeah.
weren't. He's very forgiving in that regard.
Yeah. Nick?
Yeah, I would have to agree. Definitely the final project is the one that everyone works for towards the end of the semester. Mine was called The Night That Never Was. It was a spooky movie. Basically, it's just a guy who wants to like stay at home and read his book, and then he can't because he's basically chased and tormented by a evil spirit that you like never see. So that was pretty fun. Definitely the monster vision was the most fun part. I just got to take the camera off the tripod and run around, and
That worked out like
It was
well.
perfect.
Like
Yeah.
surprisingly
Really
well, that
effective.
worked out.
I was
way
surprised
better
because when I
than
like Google searched how Sam Raimi did it in The Evil Dead, they're like, oh yeah, he just put the camera on a motorcycle and drove around. I was like, well,
But that's
that,
insane because if you watch, he like breaks through like a window and like knocks a door down.
yeah, and I'm like, well, I can't do that. I can't ride a motorcycle, so
Could get
You could
a kick scooter,
a kick scooter,
Yeah.
just have someone push me around.
A Segway.
razor, and you can flip it
One of
around.
those things is just the wheels of a Segway. You know what I mean? That people have
Hoverboard?
now. Is that what they?
That's aren't
Like,
they? Those
I
are
think it
hoverboards, right? That's what you're talking about.
Originally it was like an iWalk or something, but then like they made a
I call them Little
bunch
Wayne
of different
mobiles
ones.
because I feel like Little Wayne would just always be using one of those.
And just constantly be like, do the James Franco. They're called hoverboards.
I
Aren't
think
they? That's
so,
what you're
but they
talking
don't
about, right?
hover.
That's what I always call hover. That's what I think hoverboards are. They're like
Yeah.
segways
No.
that the stick's just taken off,
No.
right? What
I
are you
think people
talking
call
about?
them hoverboards.
I mean, it could be called that, but that's wrong.
Yeah, they're not
Yeah,
hoverboards.
they're
That's
not
really
wrong.
disappointing. We've had this discussion though. Like, those are not hoverboards. They're very disappointing versions of hoverboards.
Dude, I'm super excited for when the skateboards from Michael J. Fox's Back to Future Part 2 show up. Be
I mean,
hovering around on one
they
of
already
those.
made like the Nike shoes.
Oh yeah.
So
That's
just
self-made.
next is the hoverboard,
Didn't
right?
they make them and just didn't release like any form of them?
Well, like Michael J. Fox did like a promo thing for some charity that, yeah, they made like 3 of them or something like that and then auctioned them off. And then, but now they're just mass producing the Nike shoes from Back
Oh my
to the Future.
God.
Yeah.
I'm still
You
wondering.
too can own one for about $50,000.
There's also hoverboards in a way, you know that, right? They just hover like a few centimeters off the ground.
No, I want supreme maximum hoverboard.
I think there's like a video of
in my
Tony Hawk
hoverboards.
like using one, and he like wipes out on it. It's pretty great.
Or you just be like David Blaine and like learn to actually like hover or
Just
levitate.
be magical.
Yeah.
He is a
He is
weird
insane. I
dude.
just watched his like original documentary thingy video that he
no.
made. It was fascinating.
Is that how he like sold his soul to the devil or something like that?
No, it's just
became
like him
Ghost
doing
Rider.
like
He did.
I think it's called street magic or something. He just does tricks on the street, but yeah, he like levitates in it. And
There's a
I
great
don't
video of
understand.
him, like a reel of him doing his tricks on like a bunch of celebrities. It's like I think
it's on Netflix.
I was about to
a
say,
documentary.
is David Blaine the guy whose show is on Netflix? Yeah, he just goes around to celebrities' houses and is like, look
Yeah,
what I
Oh,
there's
is
can
it
do.
an-
just?
there's an
Is there a
old
whole
one,
show
too.
about it?
Yeah, it's,
I
well,
just saw
it's
some,
at least a documentary.
I
yeah.
just saw some clips of like he did Ricky Gervais. He's just like, you're kidding me. No way,
Yeah,
you're
where
kidding
he
me.
does the ice pick through his like arm or whatever.
Yeah, he like
Yeah.
puts a whole
He
needle
literally,
through his
in
arm.
that celebrity one, he goes to the doctors and like gets an X-ray as he's putting it through his hand, and the doctor was like, "I don't understand why you're not bleeding. Like you should be bleeding right now."
Then
You're
the
not."
doctor just run out screaming like, someone help! It's an
So-
X-Men.
So it's like Punked, but with magic.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
The best one though is with Harrison Ford. It's really, if you watch it, you're just like, Harrison Ford, you're so old. Because pretty much, I think it's like, he like does a card trick and it disappears, and then he tells him to like take an orange out of like his little fruit bowl, and he unpeels the orange and the cards inside, and then he like puts
What?
it down and he's like, get out of my house. Like completely straight face, like not joking, like get out of my
I feel like Harrison Ford's
house. Get
like,
off my plane.
he's too old to like magic.
No.
Like at a certain age,
Well,
magic.
all the magic from Harrison Ford's life is gone already.
Because that's the thing, he comes off as like really old man in those, and then in like Star Wars, he seems like
He's like 50.
normal. It's kind of like Tom Cruise, who he's a weird man in real life, and then in movies
Passes
he
as
Scientology
he
normal.
comes
is
off
weird.
normal. Yeah, one true religion.
Somewhat normal.
Okay, but
Anyway,
more so than real life. What were we
back-
talking about?
next project.
What was yeah,
Yeah,
next
perfect.
project.
With monsters.
You're well, and at the like climax of your film too. Not only did you do like red monster vision, but you also had the camera upside down and then flip, like do like a 180 and then
Yeah,
run
it looks
with
really smooth too.
Yeah.
Did you literally just hold it up and like swing it down? or-
I had like a little stool that I was standing on, and then I like turned it, and then as I was like basically coming down to like be like I guess like level with the ground, then I just like kind of jumped down. So it seems like
So you can get and it gives a really good sense of like momentum too, like you're actually the
Yeah.
monster like hitting the ground too. Yeah, it's really well done. It's good stuff.
Monster chases.
Yeah.
Are you gonna make me talk about it? It was both of our projects.
Mine's actually different, I think. So yeah, you should talk about it. We are in fact distinct people.
No,
you
we're
know.
not. I mean, because we're talking about just all of our projects in
Yeah,
general.
in general,
right?
yeah.
Well, I just think, I'd like to say that when we just did the final project, just like you guys, in which ours was a western of some kind.
It's a music video.
It's
He
a
doesn't
music
like to say
video
that
of
it's a
some
music
kind. I
video.
like to say it's
But
like
it's a
that.
music video.
It's just like the concept around it was really weird when it came, like to come around with it. I had the initial idea of it, which the idea is pretty much a cowboy, whatever he is, goes to and from a grave multiple times for like a longer period of time, and it's inferred that he's killing off these people from like a wanted poster, these wanted posters, and he's getting money, and he uses the money on, you know, weapons and stuff for himself, and then like these little trinkets that he brings back to this grave that obviously means something to him of some sort. And it's just this big progression over time to show what happens to him, and it's reflected through his appearance and the things he has, as well as the grave and what gets added to the grave. And it was an idea I've had for like a long time, and I just never knew what to do with it or anything like that. And then I heard this song, which is called Anarchy Gordon. It's like a really old folk song of some kind.
Surprisingly difficult to get the rights to.
It is. We won't talk about that.
They still don't have them.
It's not talking. It's like a Celtic folk song of some kind, and it of course, since it's a folk song like most of them, they completely change based on who's recording them. They get changed all the time, pretty much. So if you go and look up the lyrics to most of them, they're all very different from like the one we picked, as opposed to every different artist. They have a slightly different interpretation, and like they say different things from like where the character's from and what the character's name even is. Like Anarchy Gordon is like the name of the song, and it's the name of like the person in the song, the main person in the song. But like they change the name depending on different versions of it. So it's like really modular and stuff like that. But the one I heard, it's just a really sad song, mostly in the way it sounds, and the story too, which is I think the story like across kind of all of them is that this sort of like outrider, sort of like new guy in town shows up and just woes everybody, and this girl named Bonnie specifically, she's like really taken aback by this guy, and it's like whoa, and then he like makes the promise like, oh, I'll take you away from all this like nonsense from your family and all that sort of thing, and he leaves, and like she spends the rest of her life waiting for him to come back eventually, and she's like a royalty of some kind, and her father's trying to like push her off on this guy who has a ton of land and stuff like that, and she figuratively dies in some way before Anarchy comes back, and then he also dies in some way or whatever. But I don't know, I found that story kind of interesting, and then I thought, what if I could do something with that story? And then I thought, what if I could do something after that story? Like say the Anarchy guy isn't dead at the end of the song. Like what would happen past that? How would that story continue after that? And then I thought of that idea I had about the, you know, guy coming back and forth from the grave, and like if I could put those together. So it was a long process of
It was a very long.
yeah,
it was a very
putting
long
all these
story.
things
Story.
Yeah.
together, and that's mostly why I like it. And the fact that it turned out, it got done in the first place, and I thought it got done close, pretty spot on to what my initial idea of what it was, and that's why I just really like it, because there was a lot going behind that, and the fact that it actually got pretty much everything I wanted out of it to be there. I thought it was really
Well
good.
translated.
It was also miserable to shoot it though, so I think that's why it probably wouldn't be my favorite. But you know,
Yeah.
I still really liked it.
Yeah, it turned out well. Those saloon shots.
The saloon shots.
Can't get over.
Man,
it.
whoever
Especially
did those
after
saloon
seeing
shots,
the,
they should
like,
have a
barn.
show.
Yeah, you know where we shot it at.
Yeah, it's impressive.
The rack.
Lighting.
Rack.
Rack focus.
What a nice
My
lighting.
lantern swinging.
Just gonna leave that there.
The lantern swing. That's the comment I hear the most about, is like the night shots and the saloon shots. It's just like, how'd you get that lantern to work too? Like most people like I showed think we actually got the lantern to work, which is pretty good since it was like some like the thing is like 60, so like
No,
70
man, it's
years
not in
old
good shape.
lantern,
Yeah.
and we put a candle, LED candle. In
Fake candle,
And they
which is
kept
actually
falling
cut
out.
out of the there's
Yeah.
no reason for that, because okay, the candle doesn't work. Like it's like the actual lantern is old enough that it works on like fat, right? Like it's not just like a candle
Like
inside
a
of
kerosene.
yeah, like
Yeah,
it needs
it's like
fuel.
a gas.
Yeah.
Light one.
Like okay, so that doesn't work. And also,
No.
like if you cut yourself, you definitely would have gotten some kind of disease. I'm 100% positive.
Yeah, tetanus shot. Yeah.
Aside from those, yeah. So we were like, okay, we need to get this to light. So we waited a week, came back with a 24 box of LED candles still sitting
Where
in
are
Lucy's
all
car.
those? Oh.
Actually, they might be in your house now. Yeah, I don't know. We left them
They
there.
were in the back because Drew was like, or Matt was like, "What are these?"
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So we came back with an LED candle and we shot the whole thing, but then we cut that shot out, and then it cuts because Nick he strikes the match, he puts it into the
You
lantern.
can see it. He approaches in one shot. No, like the
Okay,
approach
like
from the cross.
like
it's
once.
like one.
Yeah, it's
But-
barely in there.
But it's the fact that it's there at all. I don't know.
the
I
shot
think
that
it'd
we
be better
needed
than
it for,
didn't.
though, it was not.
Yeah, the
it
one
was
we
not,
normally. Yeah.
It was not
Yeah.
there. Anyway, yeah. Okay, we'll take a quick break and come back. Okay, hello again. Wow, what a great ad.
Yeah.
You should go to that thing or join that club.
Just cover the whole spectrum.
Yes.
Yeah.
You should be that man's wife. Okay, so what was I? What were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about the night shots. They were good. I'm a big fan
really
of.
well.
Honestly, I think one of my favorite cuts from that is it goes. He like lights the thing and he holds the match out and he sticks it into the lantern and
Yeah,
then
and
it just
it
fades to
fades to
black and it comes
black.
in and he's like cutting through the middle of the black screen already.
It's
I
like
like
a
that one a
perfect
lot.
transition. Like you can't. There's no like you can't see the adjustment at all between the two blacks or anything like that. It's just perfect.
That's why it's seamlessly well done.
We did a good job.
Yeah.
We're very self-congratulatory.
We like bragging. Yeah.
The one was yours because I'm interested what the hell
Well-
you're gonna
well, the-
say now.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say my proudest
I
moment was
like,
just
don't
seeing
remember
Nick.
doing other
dressed up.
projects, to be honest. I know we did, but I don't
Do
remember
that
doing
After Effects one though.
Well,
My shark?
we were talking about. I think
My
you meant like last
hoverboard.
semester, right? Like
Oh, I just meant in general, like favorite project, no matter what. But from the last two production classes, yeah.
But from what I'm talking about you two, you guys hated your ones from last semester.
Oh my god. I mean, I didn't hate my final for my first one. It was just super bad. Like it was so bad that it jumped over from being like bad to just getting pity laughs for being bad.
Right.
Oh, I don't think so. I thought it was actually funny. I gave you a few legitimate laughs.
The,
I'm not gonna lie.
Eh.
Yeah. I think John Stamos would be pretty upset about it, and blind people as a whole. being
Don't
invited.
Like
Slightly
that.
insulting to blind people.
I remember.
It's also insulting to dogs too. I mean, I insinuate dogs are murderers.
Well,
I mean, that's not untrue.
you ever seen My Dog Skip?
Cujo.
The second one. No.
Okay, Zach.
Oh, well, okay. I'm kind of torn because I actually have a like big love for. We made a mockumentary, not last semester, but the semester before that, in which our friend plays an evil genius, and
He really is.
I don't know. It was just one of the ones that I found to be legitimately entertaining, and not just like because I made it, but like I actually don't mind rewatching it because it still kind of entertains me. So for that reason, it's I really like that one. But yeah, I gotta say my favorite's probably California Jones. It's just
That
mostly
transition, though, when you're
just for
talking
the
about
fact that. Well, all four of us up here worked on it,
We did,
and it was one of the first times where it was like we have an actual crew of people who know what they're doing, and I don't know. I just think
Yeah,
it went
nice
like
equipment.
it went really well. Yeah, we had access to like legitimate equipment.
And it went really well. Like the whole filming,
was
I think,
really
went really well, except for the fact we went just too long. If we started like 2 hours earlier, I think it would have been
yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
And if we got the
There's a-
studio,
Writing in the beginning.
but we won't talk about
that
that.
took a while.
It did. I think the pre-production took longer than expected.
Like coming up
I
with
mean,
the
we were
idea
not
in terms of having
super focused.
in terms of having literally no plan whatsoever to coming up with that idea and the whole script and everything like that, I thought it was really good.
How it turned out was amazing.
Yeah.
Professor Cradell's still like blown away by it.
Donnie is a big fan
Down
of
in
it
you
too.
too, yeah.
Yeah,
She
she
keeps
really
talking
likes
about
the map. Because apparently that's like her favorite part from the Indiana Jones movies is like the map. So the fact that we
Right,
did
the
that.
classic man. I
Shout
guess
out
it is
to our
pretty
switcher,
iconic.
Corey Rowe, for making that sweet, sweet map all night long.
Spending all those hours.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I'd say California Jones is probably my favorite. Not only, I mean, we also got to show it at Meadowbrook, which was pretty
That
fun.
was super fun.
In which we found out that the three guys up here are just uncivilized savages that don't know how to operate in fancy places.
Can there just be one fork? I mean, why do we need to complicate things?
so-
Also, why
funny.
did they put dessert on the table at the beginning? Like before we even got there, there was dessert on the table already. That's just torture. I don't.
It
approve
is.
of
And
that.
Especially if you
I was
haven't
just
eaten
waiting
yet.
till I felt like eating it, but then
That's
you
what I was
guys
gonna
were-
say. I don't think you're supposed to wait. I think you just do whatever you want. It's just
Yeah.
like people will just be like,
I know, but none of you guys were eating it, and I was like, well, I want my pie now, so I went for it, and then you were like, oh, we can do that now.
Rachel, we do that.
We were all like the apes in the beginning of 2001, and then Rachel's like the
slamming
one
like
civilized
bones
person.
around and like throwing them around.
And I was like,
And then
just fork
Rachel's just a
first.
monolith, and it's just like, oh,
Oh, we eat now.
food.
Great times.
They had good food.
Good stuff.
It was good
What
food.
did they have there? What did they serve on
It
that
was
list?
a chicken,
Salad.
that
It's like a-
really good chicken.
It's like a chicken over like a carrot and zucchini slaw.
Yeah. And then there was like
Slaw.
rice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there was some rice pilaf.
Do you know these words that you're
I don't
coming
know.
out of
I've
your
watched
mouth?
some
I
Gordon
think
Ramsay.
he's reading from over there. Like there's like a
Yes,
board.
yeah,
There's just one that was up there.
Is your prompter person like? Did they misspell or something? Or
Gordon Ramsay just stands over me all the time, telling me what to eat at dinner.
Calls you a donkey.
He does.
He is an incredible person. I love Gordon Ramsay. You ever seen Kitchen Nightmares?
no.
No, I don't. I
Hell's
watched
Kitchen.
Chopped. That's it.
I love his insults.
You spend your time watching Gordon Ramsay?
I have multiple times. I'm not ashamed of saying that. If you just
Are you
look up
shameless?
look up the look up the compilation of him just yelling at people. Like one of the best ones is like, I think it's like a pancake of some kind. He says it looks like Gandhi's flip flop because Gandhi apparently is not how you pronounce it.
Okay.
That's a highlight.
I always like the one when he's like, "This rabbit is so raw, it's gonna hop off the plate and run away."
That's the thing. He makes terrible jokes half the time, but no one would be like, "That's not funny," because he would just scream at you more.
I
So
like-
it's just like, "You're right."
Some of the ones are really mean. Like he made someone like hold bread like in between their head, and he called
I
it. He's
think
like,
I've seen
"It's
a
an idiot
picture of that one.
sandwich."
No, he's like, "What are you?" And they're like,
That's
"An
meme
idiot
worthy.
sandwich." It's like they knew what he was thinking.
She's like, "Oh my God, Gordon
That's
Ramsay's
terrible.
savage, just yelling at people."
He used to be like a soccer coach, did you know, or football coach?
Oh my, I feel so bad for his athletes. He probably just ran them for
Well,
no
it makes
reason.
sense because he runs the thing like a coach would run a sports team half the time, pretty much. AKA excessive yelling. At least that's how I think it works. Nick?
That must be so awkward. It is. That must be so weird though, like going, because you can go to like those restaurants,
You can, yeah.
and then that's so awkward. Like he'll just be like, "Oh yeah, we're shut down now. The people suck too
yeah,
much."
well, that's the thing. He closes the kitchens and then has like his elite team come out and start doing it. But I think when you start there, there's like they warn you. They're like, yeah, they're filming now. You might just not get your food, or it might be undercooked or whatever. I think like that's part of the thing. It's really hard to get in there too.
Part of
I
the,
assume,
like,
so.
It's a risky
Atmosphere.
I
venture.
mean, that's the thing. I would go to a restaurant if you just hear in the back room the chef just be like,
Yeah, what are you?
we just throw up like frisbees a pan across the
Yeah.
kitchen.
I think it'd be
hit
exciting if
someone.
it was like an open kitchen where like the dining room and then there's like no wall. There's
That's
just,
how
you
it
just
is.
see
You
the
can
kitchen.
see
Oh,
it.
you can just
That's
see
the
the
thing
whole
because a lot of
thing?
times
Oh,
they'll have
that's
him
exciting.
scream and like he'll like throw a pan and it cuts to like a B-roll cam of like some people at tables and they go like, whoa.
I was like the one when they had like the kid night, and then like it just shows like
Yeah,
the B-roll of
yeah.
the kids just being like, "I want my food." I'm like, those kids
Yeah,
are assholes.
Like Gordon Ramsay, like he has his kids sometimes, like, and his wife come there, and he'll sometimes be like, "Look over there, you see that? That's my wife and kids. You're screwing it up for them." He just screams. It's
Those
like,
are
oh my
really
god.
good
Or
Gordon
be
Ramsay
like,
impressions.
it's like that's a firefighter out there. That's a doctor. They save people's lives, and you're screwing up the food. Candy.
Speaking of coach, that's what my coach used to do in
That was
like
great.
high school football all the time. Whenever he'd lose, he'd like bring his son out. He'd be like, "You see this? You're hurting my son."
He
with
loves
your
sports. He hates hockey now because of you.
We used to make fun of him all the time.
That's great. That's motivation right there. I'll tell my boss then. Next time. Bring your children in.
But then, like, if you want the
Make them
kids to
stare
cry, then you
sadly at you.
purposely mess up.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
2016.
California Jones was fun. I kind of didn't think of that when you were talking about our projects, because I guess
Because it was a
I
20.
was-
It was a
Yeah, it was a
24-hour
24-hour project, yeah, it's not
which
a
is
typical project.
and I
Which-
acted in it, so like I don't know, I didn't like think of it. Which
As
acting
much
is
of
like
one.
fun. I miss acting, so that was really fun.
yeah.
And
And
that was my first time like acting for film too. So
You did an
doing
excellent
theater.
job.
yeah,
I
it was
think it was
fun.
mine
I mean,
too.
I died.
I think I
little
helped
bit,
with like a
but-
short thing you did before.
Yeah,
but
you
that
were
was like,
Sherlock.
that was the first time like I
You actually
did
had
the
dialogue,
did the
yeah.
talking thing.
Mhm.
So that was fun too.
I was a dab man.
You were.
No, but I think something that at least going forward. I mean, I'd like to still keep talking about the past projects because there's a lot to talk about. But going forward, definitely want to work with more actors because
I did.
Nick does an excellent job.
That's the thing. You
And
guys
so-
are
and
great,
so does
but you
Rachel,
definitely
yeah.
need to work with other people.
It's
I
important.
think so.
Which is why I'm counting on Rachel to hook us up with her theater friends.
Yep, they're willing.
Are they really? Wow.
Yeah, their professors like encourage them to do it because I mean it looks really good for them to do film as well as.
Yeah. Do they have projects where they're supposed to get with like go out and because I know journalists like people who are like that's their major. They have to like sign up to do events and things like that and be
Mhm.
like, you know, they have to like be a reporter on stuff like for OUTV and things like that. I think that it's encouraged as well as I think it's part of some assignments or whatever.
They just like run out into like the public and they're like, film me.
Talk.
I need credits.
We've done
Yeah,
that.
the MTDs definitely don't have like
They're not
classes
assigned to.
where they're like assigned to film. I think it'd be cool to do like a collaboration because I know they have like the workshops, but doing like a whole class where like you bring both together, I think would be fun.
Yeah, there's just
Yeah.
an easier way.
Isn't that kind
Right.
of how it is for like the advanced screenwriting? Is like they write the screenplays and then like they send them to like the production aspect? Or am I way off?
I don't
on
think
this?
so. No.
I have no
Well, who would they send it to though?
I thought it was just like a production. like
I mean,
one of the
you're-
classes or like SVP or something.
That would I don't know.
Maybe.
Again,
They
sh- Maybe you
that
just
would be
keep it.
cool. I
The
think
only
that would
they
make sense.
Should send them is FMG
Yeah.
because then
They'd
they have
have to
scripts
be,
to
like,
do.
really short.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Feature length probably wouldn't be wouldn't be good for there.
Just pull your resources. Make an hour long.
They can do it. Well, actually, I know.
Okay.
I mean, I know that one of the classes that's going on this semester that none of us are in is
Sad.
like working with actors, which actually I'm kind of sad that we didn't get to hop in there
Is
because
that the 300 level production?
yeah.
What
It's
was
the
it
one that
called?
Gould's teaching this semester.
It's the not documentary one. It's like
No,
the
it's not
off
that
one.
kind of Yeah, it won't be available again until our senior year, so that's great. But yeah, it's
Super.
just working with actors like the entire semester, which is that's wonderful.
That's where I'm like kind of like struggling because I want to go more into like businessy film, like producing and stuff, but at the same, so I'm like stuck. I'm like, do I take more like theory or do I take more production? I think taking production is
Yeah.
smarter.
Yeah,
I think
I
so,
agree.
too.
Yeah.
But it just like it stresses me out.
Well, but I mean, because when you take, okay, I actually really don't think that a producer needs to know film theory. I'm not sure how much of that they need to
I'd
know
argue against
because
that.
I think that
But I mean, they're the ones like deciding what's like a good story, like greenlighting films. So
they are, but they're also in charge of also
They're a lot of
coordinating the assets that come in
Yeah,
after
and that's
to
the
do
thing.
that.
There's a lot of time if you can just call when it's like, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. You don't have to like care about what's their artistic intention. If they're
Right.
just good at what they do,
yeah.
you back that.
And I guess
that's
I'm leaning more
simple
towards
enough.
like being a production manager. So like being like on a set
Mhm.
and like working with the actors and everything.
Because
So, yeah.
I know my screenwriting professor, Jonathan Chappell, he worked in like Hollywood with Disney, like writing screenplays and stuff. And he said like the producers don't even read the scripts. They like pawn the scripts off to people who read the scripts and then give them like notes
Mhm.
about the scripts.
Yeah, they get handed the scripts up
readers.
to them.
Yeah, so like they don't like. Oh, I can't speak for all of them, but I don't think they like read all because they get like 15 scripts a day.
Yeah, I would imagine
That would
that'd
not
be
wanna-
such a
That's
task.
not what I
Yeah.
want to
No
do.
way. Like, you
So if
get
I
through
was a
all of them.
producer, I would not do that. But
No, you should definitely stick to the production classes because, well, yeah, and especially if you want to be like in the production management
Yeah.
side, that's all you need to know is production.
Because there's
really.
just so much information there that
Mhm.
is definitely, I'd say, is more relevant and easier to
Yeah.
get into. I don't know. It's because that was always a big change with me. Is came into college thinking more critically. Like I really love, film criticism and stuff like that, and writing about film and all that sort of stuff. But as you get to play with the production stuff more, I realized I like that, as well as you realize how it's I think a lot more important and a lot more valuable. I think at least.
I mean, it's definitely a lot more hands-on, which I like. It's just like parts of it I absolutely hate doing. So
It's like one thing to read about Rack Focus, but then until you actually like have to do it and try to do it, it's completely different.
It's my favorite. For
I
those who
still
don't know.
think it'd be so fun to do some. I don't know how it would be possible, but having some sort of class where like each student is like assigned to like one part, and then you work on like one production. But I think that'd be really hard to
I
like
think that'd be fun. Yeah.
organize where like everyone was happy with what they were doing and then agreeing on one
Yeah,
idea.
I think, yeah.
And like,
Yeah, either
I think you
way.
pitched that, and that's a good idea, but it's just hard to be like.
It'd be really
you would
hard.
need that specific set of people, and to make that a class,
Yeah.
that's just tough to make that pitch. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's a cool idea, though. I think
The
it's
higher
cool.
level classes are they're like more team based. Like that's because we talked to Gould, and his whole pitch for like the production specialization and everything that goes along with that is like yeah, you're not in charge of doing your final all on your own. You have to work as a group to finish this thing, which is probably how it should be anyway. But yeah, I think that's still my most important takeaway from any of those production classes is that you just need people, and like if you can find like really wonderful people
Yeah,
to work
just
with,
to work
then you should stick with them because hopefully obviously it shouldn't go one way. Like
Yeah.
we've offered before, if you need help on anything that you're doing, like call or text us
We
because
have to
we'll be
help,
there.
like,
Yeah.
especially, like, that's ridiculous.
I need 14 John Stamouses.
We'll just all just sit there wearing paper masks of him, just like in the one video.
Yeah.
I'd
Are
do it.
all three of you doing the production like specialization now that you can?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like going back and forth on it because I know it's like one extra class I think
Mhm.
to switch, but that's why I
although
was
the-
like, should I just do like the normal one and just but focus it more on production, or actually do the production
Well, and I feel like the
specialization?
I don't know. I feel like graduating with a cinema studies degree, not to bash the cinema studies degree,
No,
is hard
you're
enough.
saying.
Yeah.
Like, but I feel like having the production specialization, I don't know. I feel like it would
looks
just
a
give
lot better
more. It would give you more credibility to people who don't know anything.
about the
Yeah,
program.
like about what's happening. Like if you went to a company and were like, okay, I can like make your videos, and you have a cinema studies degree, that's great. But if someone comes in front of you that says, okay, I have a cinema studies degree and a specialization in production,
That looks
it gives more
Yeah,
emphasis
it's
to
way
their,
different. yeah.
their skills of actually producing movies, not just knowing about them really well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, because that's actually a pretty common thing for most of the other cinema studies people. Are the production's really not their forte at all. Like there's plenty of people I've been talking to and met this year that are just like, well, nothing to do with production at all. And I don't know. I feel like that's really missing out. But also, like you're saying though, that if you had just that degree, it's completely different.
Yeah.
It's a completely different thing.
I feel like it would affect your future employers differently.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Okay, we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. Okay, cool. You should go to that club or event.
I'm gonna do this every
So
time.
I'm going to do that
Every
every time.
single time?
Yep.
Okay.
Until they bring
Until-
me
until someone
sponsored
laughs.
ads to read. I just want to be the one who reads I want to read physical ads.
Don't
Like
Don't
I'm-
incur
this is
that.
I
brought
want
to you
to.
by
Yes.
Cheerios.
Exactly. I'm going to talk right into the camera too.
Frosted
Not.
Cheerios. I want to do normal ones.
They're healthy, yet unhealthy.
What are the best Cheerios?
I don't know.
Honey
I don't
Nut
need to.
Cheerios. I
See,
eat
I
them
can't-
every day for breakfast.
I can't eat
Really?
Honey Nut
Hey.
Cheerios because I'm
That's fair.
allergic to nuts. So
It's pretty solid. Wait, you're
I have-
allergic to nuts too?
I am allergic to nuts.
We've had this conversation
Everyone. I don't
multiple
remember
times.
that.
Man.
What's wrong with your body?
Do you
It's
go
a
to
hard
Five
knock
Guys?
life
What's
for
wrong
us.
with Cheerios?
Oh, wait,
What's
wait,
wrong
Five
with you?
Guys.
They help with cholesterol, and I don't want good cholesterol. I want bad cholesterol. I don't want to live till I'm like 94. Okay, I want like a solid 50 years.
Is there
And
like,
then call
is
it
there like
quits.
the anti-Cheerios that it hurts you?
Yeah, they're just like little round, I guess flakes of fat is really what they're
They're
on.
like Herdios. You open up,
Yeah.
it's just nuts and bolts.
Sadios.
Yeah. Every other cereal's like too sweet and I get a stomach ache. So I just have Honey Nut
No
Cheerios
such
with
thing.
my almond milk.
I agree. Honey Nut Cheerios are the best kind of Cheerio. Not that we were talking about that, and I don't
You
even think we were
asked the
talking about.
question.
You
No
say,
one did.
Did
no,
I ask
I
the
did.
Oh, someone asked.
Well, so yeah.
And we're the same person. It
Okay,
doesn't
Did you
matter.
say almond milk?
Almond milk.
Almond milk? What?
I do like rice milk.
Not what I'm looking for.
My Youper accent showing through.
Youper. Is that what they call? That makes a lot of sense.
But it's like Yooper, not like upper.
What?
Youper.
What?
Yeah.
It could just be U-U-U-U-P-E-R.
You.
Uber.
But yeah, apparently like when I say like OA sounds, my accent comes out a
Like
little
what?
bit. Like boat. Or like,
Wait, what?
like boat.
Compared to
I don't know.
Boat.
Say boat.
Silk milk.
Damn it, Nick.
Clearly is saying boat. Boat. Boat.
Boat?
Boat.
Boat.
Yeah.
It just like
It's
apparently
wrong.
it's like drawn
Wait,
out.
You
a
don't know
little
what
bit.
you're. Get out of here.
Well, I'm Asian. I don't know
Where
how
are
to
you
pronounce words anyway. Wait,
I don't know. I mean,
What's
I
the
was
difference?
born down here, so like
say boat.
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 I hear it.
There's like
There's a slight
in
difference. I hear the
it's
slight difference.
drawn
And it's
out a little bit.
infuriating.
But why is it? Yeah, okay. I just don't think it's wrong. I guess.
I don't know.
What's your
What I
favorite?
think is weirder, you wear
Honey Nut
socks
Cheerios
with
is your
shorts.
favorite cereal?
I'm actually.
What?
I like Rice Krispies.
Yeah, isn't that
I
what
don't know.
people in the
That's
UP
always been-
wear?
I've always been
Like
partial to
long
Rice
knee-high
Krispies.
socks and shorts in the summer because it's still cold.
No?
You're afraid of like the glaciers coming to
happening over
freeze you
there?
talking about? People in the north.
in the
Ned
north.
Stark?
There's a lot more north.
He wears like khaki shorts with like knee-high socks.
Gotta go to the wall.
You need to watch
Sam.
You need to
The
watch
White
Escanaba
Walkers.
into Moonlight. It's with Jeff Daniels. It's a whole movie about
My
the
aunt
UP.
tells me to watch that
What?
movie.
Yeah, you've
I
never
don't
heard of
trust- Are you in
Escanaba
it?
into Moonlight? No, it's old. It was
Oh.
made like before I was born.
It's Ned
But yeah.
Stark.
Disappointment.
Jeff Daniels stars in it. He comes to the UP all the time.
Don't see it.
Don't say it's bad.
Did
I
somebody
don't know,
else?
but my aunt recommended it, and my aunt recommends the worst movies.
You're talking about- I know where you're
Yeah, somebody who was supposed to go move to the UP.
There was a rumor that Johnny Depp was bought
That's
this
what
it was.
huge
Yeah.
mansion and
Yeah.
was going to move
And
to
like
the
a ton of
Okay.
people believe this.
Yeah, it's very not true.
Well,
there is
Johnny
a mansion
Depp
for
is
sale, but
Is an interesting guy. I wouldn't be too surprised if he just bought. Probably not the UP or, yeah.
no.
Where would he would probably go somewhere way better than that.
Well, there's
Like there's a
places.
part
A
of
on-
it.
layer inside of a volcano on an island in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah. There's this area in the UP that a
The
lot of
pirate
celebrities
treasure.
go. I forgot what it's called, but like people nanny there, and you get like $1 bajillion for babysitting their kids while they go out to like brunch and stuff all day. I forget
Oh,
what.
dang.
Do you guys like brunch?
I love brunch.
I'm a brunch fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that dim
I
sun
crave
count as
eggs
brunch?
like every day of my
Noah.
life, every second of every day.
There's
See,
an M at the end of that.
What'd I say?
You said dim sun again.
Did I?
You did.
Dim
Boat? What?
What's wrong with you?
Boat, moat,
Dim,
Yes, it does.
Dim
It's-
sun
Di-
or some?
dim sum.
Some.
M.
Okay.
Some.
Like a
Just
sum,
kinda- you just
like a
kinda
sum
dim.
total.
As opposed to a dim sun.
Or you just have a
A
dumb
white
sun.
dwarf sun?
Yeah, that's
What
what
are we
I
talking
am.
about?
White dwarf suns, right? Dim suns.
White
Do we have a
dwarf.
point to
Science.
this
Is
conversation?
there
What's
white
happening?
dwarf
There's
with
no
the
point to
stars
this
that are about to
conversation.
explode?
Yes.
Or is that a
These are
red
the
dwarf?
important things, though.
No, like they explode. They go supernova.
What?
They
Wait, what's
explode,
happening
And
over here?
they're
And then they either turn to like a red dwarf or a white dwarf
Or a black hole.
or a black hole.
Yeah.
That's the coolest one.
There you go.
Clearly. The
Yeah,
black
if we
hole's the
want to talk
coolest.
about space, bring on my roommate. She will talk about space or plants. Or
About
movies.
Space implants.
Or movie.
Space plants.
Space, plants, movies.
Monster
unicorns.
trucks.
Yes.
They're trucks that are monsters.
Terrible. Probably.
So, moving forward, because we've got actually a surprisingly not a lot of time left. But, so going forward, obviously none of us are actually in production classes right now. But were there projects that you guys had in mind? Like, did you want to keep working while not in a production class, or taking a break for a while?
I mean, I would like, because I mean, I got a camera and I haven't had a whole lot of chance to like use it, so I'd like to try something. I mean, I just finished editing a wedding that I filmed this summer, but because I was in a production class, I didn't have time to edit it, so I edited it like last week, and it turned out really well. So I'd like to do something like that again, maybe. I need like, I couldn't just be me like filming a wedding. I'd need like other people and another camera,
Yeah,
but
it's important.
I think that'd be fun to do again, something like that.
Just a wedding.
Or, I mean, just kind of anything like that where I film something, edit it,
California Jones 3.
yeah. But I don't think I will be
Re-Revengeance.
writing, making,
No original
editing,
scripts
yeah.
from Rachel
I think
Saracen?
that'll be happy. No,
From Sarah Saracen?
no, unless
Tragic.
it's necessary.
I would love to make the films.
Movies.
All
Good
of them.
answer.
All of them? The
Yeah,
collective movies?
right now I'm in a the 300 level screenwriting course, and our two final projects are a short film that we have to write that's like 4 to 8 pages, and then a longer film we have to write that's like 8 to 10. So that's how I'll like get my production on without
Yeah.
actually producing anything. I'll just be typing. But
Whatever
to-
this is.
You have any teases for those?
no, but our professor has had us basically taking scenes and then rewriting them as like we're riffing off of them. So I've had some fun with those. Our
That
last one
sounds
we
fun.
yeah,
I could do something like that.
it was
I think.
it's a lot of fun.
Sounds
J
like-
Chaps.
The entirety of
It's a good
California
professor.
Jones.
That's
Really?
exactly what it is.
The
Yeah.
wholly original movie,
Mhm.
of course.
Yeah, like so far we've done like Dead Poet Society and Whiplash. So,
Oh, that's
Fun.
awesome. What a great
Really
movie.
fun.
J-Chaps.
Yeah, I talked to Dr.
Jeez.
Scherf last year about, because I was like, I'm terrible at screenwriting, but like, do you suggest taking a class to like get better at it, or do you think that's a bad idea? And he was like, I think that's a terrible idea. He was like, if you don't like it, don't pay to take a class where you're like not gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
Mm.
I haven't taken a screenwriting class. That's not even
Do
what
you
we were
plan
talking
That's
on
about.
not what we were talking about at all.
That's what was being talked
It was
about.
the context of the point, though.
if you do though, take J Chaps. Highly
Mhm.
recommended. You like go in on the first day and
It's
he'll
pretty
like
tough.
have like Daft Punk playing, and then he'll like he always
Star
refers
Wars.
to everyone as his class is like a tribe of writers. He's like, we're a
What?
tribe.
Do you have to
of
wear
writers."
war paint when you
We
go in?
do. We go in with war paint.
He's not even exaggerating. I can vouch. He's telling the truth.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, Noah.
Yeah, what about you?
Yeah. I'll do another production thing. I have
Same.
other ideas, but they're outside, and I feel like I'll never be able to pitch one of those again.
I mean, you can go ahead and pitch it right now, and we'll tell you if we want to do it.
No, I'm not
We
gonna
have-
do that.
It's like
All
Shark Tank,
summer.
except
We do have all summer.
I'll be here.
It's a big thing though. Like if we need to find a costume designer because that's pretty important to this
I
next
agree.
one. And after that, there's some locations I think I need to show you. But no, I have a pretty big idea, but I don't want to throw anything out there yet because I've I've like completely reshuffled this thing like 3 times already. So I'll tell you when it's. But yeah, I already have an idea, and so yes, I would definitely like to. But my idea, I really think it's probably gonna be a summer thing, if
Okay.
anything.
That's fine. I don't have any intention of standing outside in the cold for
I'm
hours
just
and
gonna
hours and
throw
hours
you
on
out
end again.
there. You won't have
especially
a choice.
like now. Like if we were filming now, well, we would have
terrible
extreme
out there.
snow, followed by extreme cold, followed by a monsoon, followed by ice.
And then Godzilla. would
And
attack.
Godzilla just like
There was
destroy
a
everything.
thunderstorm mixed in there.
Yeah, followed by a dead Nick,
Yeah.
pretty much.
And that would happen before we even got out of the building.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, that would happen on the way to whatever location we were going. Yeah,
I just get
You
picked up in a
You already
Sharknado.
killed me, so.
that's.
you would eat some
Wait,
honey
we
nut
did?
Cheerios.
Wait, when?
Well, I just mean filming California Jones, like a
Oh,
piece
yeah.
of me just like died.
Yeah.
But that was also partially my fault because the night before the 24 hours started, I stayed up till 3 a.m. So
Why
I
did
kinda-
you do that?
I don't know. It just happened. I like looked at my phone and I was like, oh, it's 3 a.m. and I have to get up at like 8 tomorrow. I need to go to bed right now.
It worked out.
Even though
Yeah.
I slept anyway while you guys edited.
Do you want to do something?
Everybody slept while I edited.
do you wanna
That
do-
happened.
Do you want to do edited projects?
Yeah, I mean there's an idea that we're kicking around, which we pitched to the class earlier in the year about.
This is different than the other idea.
It is. Yeah. Wait, what was the other? Okay.
Wait, what?
The idea that we pitched to the class where it's like 3 different people telling the story of this guy, or telling, even if they're just it's more of like an anthology type thing where they're like, this is one part, this is another part, here's another part, and then there's a tragic twist at the end, which I'm slowly finding out is surprisingly like Citizen Kane.
Yeah. And you never seen it before. I'd seen it before,
No.
and I didn't even pick up on it till then. I'm like, you know what? You're right. It is kind of like that.
Yeah. So I think that means I'm just as good as Orson Welles.
Yeah, clearly.
Citizen Kane 2. Revengeance.
There will be a room trashing room on the same level as that.
Orson Welles just comes back on his sled and just attacking people.
That's the thing. You make fun of him. He walked kind of like that in that room scene. He just like storms around. Susanna! Just throws everything. It's great.
Throughout that entire scene, all I could think was just like, that poor set designer, because they did another
Yeah,
take of
'cause
that,
it's like
and they
2
had to
shots,
reset up the
isn't it?
entire
Yeah.
room
It's
again.
like 1 or 2 shots, and he just destroys everything.
Could you imagine if Stanley Kubrick made that movie? They would have to do that like 14 times before they like.
Orson Welles just on the ground. He's just like, get up.
Horrible time. All right. Well, we are sadly out of
That's it?
time. Yeah. But I did want to make sure I got this in before we end, and that is to welcome Rachel as our lovely producer slash momager slash eventual showrunner slash don't let us look foolish or do really.
Yeah.
That's what you're here for. But
We did pretty
thank
good
you,
today.
thank you for
Just
coming, helping
took
out,
3
sitting
hours
in.
to set up. It was fine. But yeah, thank you
Hopefully
for
that'll
having
get
me.
better.
I'll be on again. It'll
You
happen.
you will be. Nick, as always, thanks for showing
Yeah.
up.
Oh,
I'm
you
sure
know,
you'll be on the next one too.
I just live in the
He was
Raptors.
actually just behind this curtain the whole time. We were just like, is he still here? Oh, yeah, it's good. Dust him off.
I should start doing that. I should just wear the same thing.
I was just going to say,
Every
you said the
time.
exact same
Design,
one.
so it just appears
I
like
was,
I just
really, I
live
was
here.
really worried I was wearing the same shirt from last time.
Go Blue Team.
But it's still blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, any last memories from 2016? Any last good stories?
I ate a wheel of cheese.
Did you really?
By God, man.
That's what I want to end it on.
That's it. That's it.
Wheel of cheese.
It's over now.
I rang in the new year with the stomach flu, so that was fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
tragic.
So that was the end of my year. Glad it's over.
Did you get a flu shot?
Yeah, you don't. Flu shot isn't with the stomach flu. Those are 2 different things. Flu shots for the bronchial flu, but we won't go into that. We don't have time
We're all
for that.
learning new things.
Yes.
You didn't
Oh,
eat wheel
once
of
we
cheese.
cut, I'll explain.
I'm really upset about this now.
What kind of cheese do you think I would eat if I ate a wheel of cheese?
Cheddar.
Brie.
Cheddar.
Of course.
You guys don't know me at all.
Provolone.
Okay, that's the best one, but cheddar is like the standard cheese. You
It's
have
too
to
sharp
have-
for my taste.
Well, on
Okay,
that,
yeah,
that's it. That's
no,
it. Yeah, that's
gotta
it.
stop.
Okay,
Pull
be
the
sure to
plug.
come back for the next episode of Honor Roll. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. I'm leaving now.